Ever since its conception in May 2020, the AEW TNT Championship has seen its highest of highs and lowest of lows. And I mean low. Because as of late, the TNT Championship has been a victim of the dreaded hot potato title changes with little to no care in the story department, where a title change will happen, the champion will have a match or two against people who doesn't have much build outside of internet wrestling fans' knowledge, and then the former champion will return and just win the title back. But I remember a time where that didn't happen. At one point we saw Cody Rhodes, the first 3-time champion within that title's history, host his own open challenge where he introduced the world to the likes of Eddie Kingston and absolute Ricky Starks. And then we had that brief back and forth between Cody and the late Mr. Brody Lee, including that incredible dog collar match, which would end up being Lee's final wrestling match before his untimely passing later that year. We saw Darby Allin go on a tear with the belt before ultimately falling prey to the Redeemer Miro, who went on quite the run of his own that had people talking. And then the title became a hot potato once Cody left the company early in 2022, where the title went from Sammy Guevara to Scorpio Sky, back to Sammy Guevara, back to Sky. Then Wardlow had a mini run with it, and then Samoa Joe won the title. Darby randomly won the title again from Joe. Then Joe regained it, cool. And then Wardlow won it for like 3 days, lost it to Powerhouse Hobbs to much fanfare because he finally got a big title win in the company, just to lose it right back to Wardlow. And all that happened within less than a year. But with AEW and Warner Bros. Introducing a second 2-hour live show called AEW Saturday Collision and the imminent second coming of CM Punk to All Elite Wrestling, I put out a tweet on Twitter, which you guys should be following me by the way, where I asked the question of what if AEW made certain titles exclusive to respective shows? And that's what we're here for. Because what if AEW kept the International Championship exclusive to Dynamite with the rare occasion of appearing on the Saturday show, and they made the TNT Championship exclusive to AEW Collision? We are live from the United Center in Chicago, Illinois for the grand premiere of AEW Saturday Collision, which will feature the second coming of CM Punk, to quite the ovation from the sold-out crowd, where he promised to regain their trust and respect. Later on in the main event segment, Wardlow, accompanied to the ring by Arn Anderson, wanted to address the future of the TNT Championship.
I just left the office of Tony Khan, where he made it perfectly clear that going forward, I will be defending my TNT Championship only on Collision with the off-end Rampage appearance starting next week. But I don't want to wait until next week. I'm dressed for a fight, I'm ready to go. Whoever wants to step up, get your ass out here and get put down.
After a moment of delay, the lights go out. And when they return, CJ Perry appears on the stage with a microphone in hand.
To achieve greatness, one should live as if they will never die. Wardlow, you are good, but you will never be great. That title belongs to the Redeemer.
The lights went dark again. And when they returned, Miro is standing behind Wardlow before connecting with a thrust kick from behind on the unsuspecting champion. Arn Anderson tried to attack, but the Redeemer made quick work of him before laying him out with a thrust kick to the face. A referee then slides into the ring and asks if Wardlow still wants to defend the title right now, and he demands the official to ring the bell, and the match is official. Miro goes for another thrust kick, but Wardlow sidesteps and responds in kind with a lariat that has the challenger stumbling around the ring. Wardlow calls for a power bomb, but Miro gets out of it quickly before connecting with another thrust kick before locking in the game over on the champion. Wardlow tries his best to hold on, but after a while, Wardlow passes out from the pain, awarding the Redeemer the win, making Miro a two-time TNT champion. Greatness has been reclaimed by the Redeemer. We are live in the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada for another edition of AEW Collision. And following last week's events, Wardlow is on the warpath, interrupting preceding matches all night causing mayhem before sending a direct message to the new TNT champion.
Miro, you call yourself greatness? No, you are a coward. You attacked me from behind, injured Arn, and took my championship away from me. I want my rematch right now.
The lights dim in the arena where Miro's wife CJ appears on the screen to deliver a message on behalf of her husband.
Wardlow, 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 the Redeemer only stands before kings and greats in this business. He does not stand before obscure men such as yourself, so your championship rematch for this evening has been denied. But all hope is not lost for you because management has decided to adopt the 8-4-1 match to determine the next challenger for the Redeemer's TNT title starting tonight. You need to recruit 3 other individuals to team with you to face another team of 4 in an 8-man tag team match. The winning team will then compete in a fatal 4-way match next week on Collision, with the winner going on to becoming the #1 contender for the TNT Championship on July 8th live on Collision. Good luck.
The match concept adopted from Impact Wrestling will now determine if Wardlow can fight his way back to the TNT Championship and become a record 4-time champion, but he needs to refocus and go assemble a team and do so quickly. Backstage, Wardlow walks up to FTR and without uttering a single word, Dax Harwood cuts him off and utters,
"Look no further. We got your back tonight."
And we have a special guy in mind to be our 4th. Let's go do this.
It is now time for the beginning of the 8-4-1. The winning team will compete in a fatal 4-way match on the next edition of Collision as Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, Jay Lethal, and Swerve Strickland teams up to face the team of Wardlow, FTR, and their special tag team partner, Mark Briscoe. Or at least they thought, as from behind, Powerhouse Hobbs attacks Mark and hits a burning hammer on the stage floor before powering his way down to the ring before Wardlow gets in Hobbs' face while FTR go and check on Mark.
I'm in this match now whether you like it or not because I never got my rematch. Ring the bell and tag me in.
Despite some disagreement, Powerhouse Hobbs is now officially in the match, replacing a now injured Mark Briscoe, and the 8-man tag team match is about as high octane and emotionally charged as you'd expect. FTR refusing to tag in Hobbs for what he just did to Mark Briscoe, which isn't in their favor as both Lethal and Swerve show up and show out, keeping the tag team champions at bay before they tag in Wardlow, who takes the fight to both men prior to Christian Cage making the tag and trying his best against Wardlow, but the pissed off former TNT champion does quick work of him before Luchasaurus makes the tag, and it's a beefy exchange between the two competitors until Luchasaurus puts a stop to Wardlow's momentum. After some more fight, Wardlow goes to make the tag to Dax Harwood, but then Powerhouse Hobbs pulls him off the apron and connects with a spine buster on the floor before getting back on the apron and sneaking a tag in on Wardlow. Now the legal man, Hobbs goes on quite the tear, laying out both Christian and Swerve with attacks. Cash Wheeler goes to attack, but Hobbs sidesteps him and Cash lays out Swerve with a lariat, sending both men crashing to the floor before Hobbs connects with a spine buster on Luchasaurus to pick up the win for his team. Despite the match breaking down in the end, the team of Wardlow, FTR, and Powerhouse Hobbs will now compete in a fatal 4-way match with the #1 contendership for the TNT title at stake. We are emanating at the First Ontario Centre in Hamilton, Ontario for AEW Collision, where in the main event, the #1 contender for the TNT Championship will be determined as the winners of the 8-man tag team match last week collide. But FTR doesn't wait for Hobbs to make his way to the ring as they go on the attack immediately, looking for revenge for what he did to Mark Briscoe and Dax. After a shatter machine removes Hobbs from the festivities for the time being, the match officially begins as a triple threat affair. The match kicks off with FTR teaming up on Wardlow, but as expected, that breaks down as only one of them can win, and a fight breaks down between Dax and Cash, exchanging near falls and technical offense until Hobbs comes back and takes out both men with various offensive moves before coming face to face with Wardlow. And they immediately go at it, exchanging near fall after near fall, even seeing Hobbs kick out of one of Wardlow's powerbombs. The ending comes when Wardlow inadvertently misses Hobbs with a lariat and connects with it instead on hardwood, which sees Wheeler goes on the attack, which Wardlow brushes off with a powerbomb, and when Hobbs stalks Wardlow looking for the spine buster, Wardlow immediately felt it coming and connected with a lariat on Hobbs, and now Wardlow has to choose between Cash and Powerhouse. He chooses Cash and connects with a powerbomb on the tag team champion to pick up the win to become the #1 contender for the TNT Championship. Following the match, Miro walks out to the stage and stares down Wardlow. The rematch is on, and now Wardlow has a chance to make some more history. We are live from the Brandt Center in Regina, Saskatchewan, where after training all week for this, Wardlow receives his rematch for the TNT Championship in the main event against the Redeemer, Miro. Once the bell rings, Wardlow immediately goes on the attack, determined to not let this opportunity slip through his fingers. But of course, the defending champion is not about to take anything he can't dish out, as he responds in kind with lariats and roundhouse kicks, but he cannot keep the challenger down for the count. As the match reaches its climax, Wardlow finally catches Miro with a lariat that folds him inside out, and the Maestro of Mayhem calls for a powerbomb symphony, and he finally connects with one, but Miro somehow, someway powers out at 2.9 seconds, which obviously upsets Wardlow, who then calls for another powerbomb, but Miro slips out and connects with a thrust kick. The defending champion then stalks a stumbling challenger before connecting with another thrust kick, but somehow Wardlow powers out at 2.9 seconds, which infuriates Miro, who then calls for the game over. But Wardlow fights back and connects with another lariat and heads to the top, looking for a swanton bomb, but he misses as Miro gets out of the way before he connects with a third thrust kick, before immediately locking in the game over. And after some fight, Wardlow once again passes out from the pain. The Redeemer retains his crown, despite fighting his way back to challenge Miro, forging temporary alliances with his enemies to get here. Mayhem befell Wardlow, courtesy of the Redeemer. Now, do I feel like Tony Khan will do that exact thing or something similar with the TNT Championship? Absolutely not. But like I've said countless times, either on here or on social media, I feel like the current state of the TNT Championship is uninteresting and is not where it needs to be. I personally feel like the Wardlow who defeated MJF and was massively over with the crowd and people online within seconds on pay-per-view is not the same Wardlow we see today. He just doesn't feel the same. And I'm just speaking from what I see on TV, not from being in the crowd. He still has his fair share of a reaction, but it just doesn't feel the same from where I'm sitting. And I think if they go this route and actually build Collision around him or Scorpio Sky, Keith Lee, Swerve, or Miro, as far as building a division around is concerned, it could possibly restore that feeling for a lot of people if done right with this new show, at least for me. Now back to the TNT title. I feel like it had glimmers of hope when they gave the title to the likes of Samoa Joe or Powerhouse Hobbs, but then Tony just stopped trying. I'm sorry, don't yell at me, but he has not been trying with the TNT title. It could be due to the lack of TV time he had and going crazy with the All Atlantic, now international title, but facts are facts. And yes, the concept I used in this video as far as the 8-4-1 rule was adopted from Impact Wrestling after finally getting back into that product in recent weeks. But I feel like with the pending arrival of AEW Collision, keeping the mid-card men's titles exclusive to a select show should be the go-to move for AEW. Like, keep the TBS Championship on Dynamite, being that show is on TBS, and keep the TNT title on TNT. Or they can just go the route I feel like the WWE should go, and that is stop naming titles after shows and networks. Stop that. But I also feel like having both titles respectively exclusive to a show can open the door for AEW to tell proper stories and build proper matches and characters around the TNT and international titles. Establish a division around it, and even go back to the Cody route and use it as a way to introduce us to new unsigned wrestlers from other companies. I could think of a few: Lucky Ali, Bojack, Andrew Everett, Calvin Tankman. Is he still in MLW? I really need to catch up on that show. But nevertheless, let me know what you guys think. Do you feel like AEW should make the TNT title exclusive to Collision while making the international title exclusive to Dynamite, with the odd-off Rampage appearance, which is reportedly going to be their developmental / secondary show, taking the place of the now canceled AEW Dark Elevation? Let me know down below and let's discuss. But if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, make sure you smash that subscribe button while following me on social media for more updates and, well, me being me. And while you're doing that, check out this particular video right here where I let AI book Seth Rollins' first WWE World title defense. I'm not gonna hold you, it was really fun to make and I'm pretty sure that you'll like it. Y'all be breezy.
Cool kids step to the front. Cool kids. Too sweet sound for the click. Gotta give the people what they want. Gotta get Roddy K quick. Yeah, I'm up next on the Prince. They ain't been the same ever since. Living pretty well on the chairman. I ain't giving no chance like Vince. Brock Lesnar on the beast. Eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. Whole new swag with a price on the tag. Coming live from the west to the east. Better recognize on the mouthpiece. See the power level gotta increase. Bringing content